Alright guys, it's Chris, and I'm coming to you all with another update. I know it's been a while, and I apologize for that. I meant to put out this video on the 22nd, but it's been a crazy, past few weeks, so that didn't happen, but I'm back now. And I'm here to share with you all what changes I've noticed now that I'm 6 months on testosterone. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that much has changed since last month. But if you all have seen things that I'm not seeing, please feel free to leave them in the comment box below. But I'm gonna be highlighting two major changes that I've seen, and it has to do with voice and hair growth. So as far as my voice, I do think I've had a voice drop since last month, and I'm actually going to include a clip right now. So take it. Alright guys, it's Chris, and I'm coming to you all with another update. I know it's been a while, and I apologize for that. I meant to put out this video on the 22nd, but it's been a crazy, past few weeks, so that didn't happen, but I'm back now. And I'm here to share with you all what changes I've noticed now that I'm 6 months on testosterone. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that much has changed since last month, but if you all have seen things that I'm not seeing, please feel free to leave them in the comment box below. But I'm gonna be highlighting two major changes that I've seen, and it has to do with voice and hair growth. So as far as my voice, I do think I've had a voice drop since last month, and I'm actually going to include a clip right now. So take a listen. Hi, my name is Chris, and this is my voice 21 weeks on testosterone. Hi, my name is Chris, and this is my voice 26 weeks and 4 days on testosterone. Alright, so now that you all have heard, please feel free to let me know what you hear, if you hear a difference, or if you don't. Usually I can't really tell when it's dropped, but it just seemed a tiny bit lower than it did last month. Other than that, the other major change that I think I've experienced is that my hair is coming in a lot more. So I'm going to include pictures now. Actually, after I finish talking about what I've kind of noticed, just so you all can see it, because you all can't really see very well. I'm on my phone today. I got the iPhone 8 Plus earlier this week, so I just wanted to use it to get this video out to you all. You can't really see the facial hair too much. You can see my mustache a little bit, but I want you all to be able to see more clearly how much fuller this is coming in, but also my chin and what my cheeks and jawline are looking like now. But it's coming through pretty nicely to the point where before, if I put some water on my face, I could see where the hair was coming in, but now you can see a legitimate path kind of just forming. So I'm going to include pictures now. Enjoy. Alright, so those are the two biggest things that I think have changed. I haven't necessarily noticed more muscle growth because I had to take some time off of the gym. I had to get a tooth pulled about 2 weeks ago, and that kind of set me behind a little bit. I don't think I lost too much, but nothing has changed really since last month in that department. Mentally, physically, emotionally, I think I'm pretty much the same. I might have had a tiny bit more bottom growth. But otherwise, I think changes that I've noticed, voice dropped a tiny bit more, and more hair growth just in general. Chest is coming through with more hair. Legs, thighs, arms. Starting to see the tiniest bit on my back. I don't know that I'm going to have that much on my back, but everywhere else, hair is just coming. So now that I've mentioned the biggest things that I've seen change, and again, if you've seen anything else, leave it below. I want to give you all an update on what else has happened in my life related to my transition. So my mom actually came to visit me last weekend. So she was here the 17th through the 20th. And if you all don't know, I'm from Chicago, and that's still where my mom stays. And when I moved to DC in 2014, she and my grandparents came to drop off my car and a couple of things that I left when I came down, because I flew from Chicago when I came to DC. I didn't drive down. So she dropped off my things and stayed for a little bit. I think they stayed overnight, maybe. Yeah, I think they might have stayed overnight, and then they went to New York to go see my brother. So she hadn't been here since then, and I didn't realize that she had never actually really been in DC, like touring or anything like that. So I was able to get us tickets to go to the African American Museum on last Saturday, which is really great because I missed the opportunity to get it online because the way the museum works out, the African American Museum in DC, it still runs on tickets. You need a ticket to be able to get into the theater, into the museum. It doesn't cost anything, but that's how they try to control the crowds. Basically, I overslept and I couldn't get them online, but I hit up some of the queer exchange groups that I'm a part of on Facebook, and I heard back in 2 of the groups. One of the groups ended up working out that I could go on Saturday, and the person had exactly 3 tickets, and that's what I needed. I needed one for myself, one for my girlfriend, and one for my mom, so that worked out perfectly. And then the day before that, we went to a vegan restaurant that I go to a lot out in Maryland, which is where I actually live, but I work in DC. If you all didn't know, I am vegetarian. I used to be vegan for about 8 months. I fell off when I met my girlfriend. I started eating cheese again, and I'm trying to get back to it, but I'm always vegetarian, and whenever I can, I'm vegan. So it was nice for her to be able to experience something that I do as a part of my life. And the museum on Saturday was pretty great. Afterward, she ended up coming to see me at my girlfriend's place, and I should mention that she had never met my girlfriend before now. So they were fine. She was totally respectful. I know that she doesn't 100% agree with like how I'm choosing to live my life, being myself, but she also is super, in my mind, supportive compared to what some other parents might be like who don't agree or who maybe don't fully understand. But she was great with my girlfriend and told me to give her her number so that she could call and text her whenever she needed anything or just to say hi. So I did that. And other than that, Saturday was kind of interesting. After the museum, when we came over to our back to our house to just hang out, my mom wanted to watch a movie, so I put one on, and then after I put it on, she wanted to talk about things related to my transition. And so she mentioned that in my letter, I had said that I wanted to get surgery, so she wanted to hear more about that. And I told her it was just like more or less a mastectomy to give your chest what I'm asking to look. And so she was like, what does that entail? Does insurance cover it? How do you get it covered? So we talked about all that. And I knew that she was trying to hint at something else. And so she then was like, well, what about your private area? And I'm like, well, I don't really want bottom surgery. And she was like, well, why not? What does that entail? And we went into detail about that. And long story short, I ended up being able to share the WPATH standards of care with her. And if you all don't know what that is, it's basically a document that outlines how medical professionals, whether they're nurses, doctors, therapists, etc., should be giving care in a way that's like respectful and fair and right for people who are trans. So she has that now, and she's actually a nurse, so I think the language will be something that she can understand, and hopefully it'll give her a better understanding of what it is that I'm going through and what my end goal is. Now, as far as my name and my pronouns, still is not getting those right 100% of the time. Name is slightly better, mainly because she already called me Chris from the beginning, as well as other people in my family. That's just not my birth name, so sometimes she goes between the two, but that's not really the biggest problem. I think the biggest problem is that she still calls me her daughter and still says she and her. And I get it to an extent. I was the only child that she had that was assigned female at birth, and so letting go of who I was for the 27 years before I started, 26 and a half, almost 27, almost 28 years, what I was before I started testosterone is hard for her to let go of, even though this person that I am had been that person for a while. She just didn't necessarily see it. But I appreciate her for trying and putting in the effort to find out more about what I'm going through and just to love me and support me regardless of what her own personal views are. the love is still there, and I really appreciate that. So that's basically the biggest things that have happened in my life related to my transition. There are other things that happen, but it's not solely related to what I'm going through as far as transition. So, like I said, whenever you all have questions, I say this every video, please feel free to hit me up on my social media accounts. I'm going to include all that information in the description box below. Otherwise, that's all I have for you all today. I hope you all had a great day yesterday. Whether or not you celebrated the holiday, I hope that you ate good food, and I hope that you just got to spend time with people that you love and care about. And I hope that you all have a great weekend, and I will definitely be back on time for my video for 7 months on testosterone, and I might be back before then, but for sure on December 22nd. Until then, guys, peace.